Oh yeah, police can fight the opposition's demonstrations real good. But what about crime?
A lot of residents are very unhappy with the police because they feel that the response time of the police is not there, and the police take their time and they ask stupid questions. Well, it's something like vigilante, alright. We chase them, we ask them to pull over. If they don't, then we have no choice because these are snatch thieves who are terrorizing our residents. So we have to kick them down. There's no choice.
Beware of snatch thieves. These signs are everywhere in SS2 PJ, even right in front of the police station. You mean it's not safe even there?
The house was ransacked. The investigating sergeant came by. No dusting of print. It was just another one of those. To them, I like to think that they think that it is so minor because we are all Joe public. We are no Datuk, no Tan Sri, no God knows whatever titles that the government is going to give.
So I wrote in to Royal Malaysian Police. Okay, if you all want to know, the email address is rmp@rmp.gov.my. But don't bother sending your emails because it bounces back. It doesn't exist.
I have been to the police. I think I called up and been there all in over 5 times. And the thing I get is, oh, sergeant not in, sergeant tengah buka puasa, although it's right in the middle of the afternoon. Oh, sergeant buka puasa lah, sergeant not in, sergeant this, sergeant that.
When the Puchong police station was built brand new, the developer IOI gave 16 patrol cars to the police force. 16 patrol cars. About 204, early 204, when there was a crime and we called up the police station in Puchong, they said, Encik, tak ada patrol car mau datang di tempat. 16 patrol cars, I do not know where they have gone.
So, if the police can't seem to protect us, we'll have to protect ourselves. Just like this night watch patrol in SS14, Subang Jaya. And Melvin Lee even had to put an orange strobe light on his car to patrol his neighborhood.
There were a number of incidents whereby housewives were robbed right in front of the house, in front of the houses. It's not a game, it's not fun, alright? They sacrifice the sleep, they got to go to work the next morning. If they were police in a patrol car with a blue strobe light going round the community, that in itself is a huge deterrent.
Nobody wants to be a dead hero because I think if there should be a hero, there should be a living heroes. The police should be living heroes because they are paid to do a job, not us.
So, why aren't the police being our crime-fighting heroes? Are they busy doing something else?
When we were in the commission, there were many reports and many complaints that migrant workers were being picked up, or even people who were just being picked up and put in a remand so they can make that extra money. To make that one phone call, 30 ringgit. To call up your employer, 50 ringgit.
When the police ask money from Indonesian or the Myanmaris, they ask about 100 ringgit or 50 ringgit. But when they saw Chinese citizens, the money that they always ask is 500 to 1,000.
Yup, hospitality at the Balai Police even includes free food reflexology.
Last year, 2 schoolboys 16 years old were assaulted by the Subang police. They were assaulted with a rubber hose under their feet until they swelled, and then they had words like Saya Bodo written in blue ink on their body, and the worst of all, and made to suck each other's nipples.
The police said that naked ear squats are standard operating procedure. Why? Because suspects may be hiding stuff inside their, that part down there. But what if suspects are hiding stuff inside their hair or their ears? Does that mean police should spray suspects like animals?
Please! 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 Please!
I myself witnessed the torture of a detainee in Banting police station. I saw a man, he looked like either Malay or Indonesian, I'm not sure. his mouth had been gagged with some kind of tape. His arm was twisted up like this. Okay, and they were pulling his arm up. They were pulling his arm up from behind. He was screaming and crying in pain.
Slogan cepat dan betul yang digunakan Polis Diraja Malaysia PDRM sejak 4 tahun lalu, hari ini ditambah perkataan mesra, menjadikannya mesra, cepat dan betul.
I told him, this has got to stop, you are torturing somebody there. And his response was shocking. He told me, is it your client? He asked me, is it your client?
And what about this guy? Whose client is he?
If we remember, why is that police abuse become an issue? You know, it's the black eyes.
You mean the black eye given to Anwar by this guy?
Because before that, people would say, okay, only criminal got it, right? Or people who do jahat. So who asked you to be jahat? You know, and that is what normal people react to, right? To police abuses. They never say it is wrong, it is my right. Let's complain about it. People just accept it.
Yep, we Malaysians just accept it. Maybe that's why Amnesty International has reported that Malaysian police torture detainees by dripping hot wax onto a guy's brinjal. But what happens when the wax gets too hot? Arul has been researching many deaths in police custody for the past 11 years, including the case of Ho Koai Si.
But it's very unlikely for a healthy person, you know, when the family says there's no previous record of to suddenly have dying of ulcer, you know.
Muhammad Anwar Sharif died in police custody 8 days after his arrest. The police told his widow he died of pneumonia or paru-paru berair.
Paru-paru berair?
Paru berair dia cakap. Itu saya cakap, doktor kat situ cakap, paru-paru berair ni makan masa. Dia bukan automatik senang lagi dah dapat kan.
And if you look at what we have, the statistics, a lot of them who die at a very young age, 19 years old, 20 years old, you know.
Saya tak puas hati, mungkin di dalam lokap dia dipukul. Dipukul, disoal siasat. Macam kita tak buat, dia semua mengaku. Kalau kita tak mengaku, dia akan pukul kan.
Ulaganadan Muniandi was hanging out with the wrong kind of friends. He got arrested. Then he died. This is what the police told his mother.
Apasal mati? Dia cakap, tu mucilat, asmalah. Asma pun tak ada. Budak kecil pun apa-apa tak ada. Dia semua nak apa-apa tak ada. Tipu cakap, dia andam dulu dalam andam.
This is Sarah Lily. Her son, Francis Udayapan, was found dead in the Klang River. Why did she have her son's funeral right in front of the Brickfields police station?
Because the mother, Sarah, received a call from an anonymous police officer saying that her son had been beaten to death by the police. Beaten to death by the police and his body dumped in the river. And yet they claim that this handcuffed individual managed to jump from the first floor, run right through, and it's quite a distance, run right through the police station compound with all those police officers there, go to the back gate there, and to get to the back fence there's a huge motor pool of disused cars and motor vehicles. He negotiated his way through there, and there's only a small opening in the fence, and there's barbed wire on the other side. He managed to creep through that, run to the river and jump in.
So it seems.
So it seems.
Like if you look in South Korea, when a person died in custody, the Prime Minister makes a nationwide apology. And the AG resigned, you know, in Korea. But in Malaysia, what we saw was death in custody was accepted by people.
Like that lah. We Malaysians just accept. What else do we accept?
Sekarang ni macam mana? Kamu dah bikin salah.
Tolonglah bang, tolong. Bagi canlah Dato'. Saya menyesorilah, saya dah bikin salah.
And in Klang, there was one thug, one is a big time thug. And we have launched so many police reports against him because every time there's an eviction, he comes with gangsters and all that. But on the police day, he was awarded. Everyone got a certificate tied. He was given a framed.
Oh my God!
Because why? He renovated the police station. Basically, they can buy over police stations, or by doing renovations and all that.
The Police Royal Commission reports that people in lockups have to pay 300 ringgit for teh tarik, roti canai, and mee goreng. But according to Tian Chua, this is just small ikan bilis corruption.
There are bigger problem about corruption than this 50 ringgit for teh tarik thing. Anyone who gets a few hundred grams of heroin, you are dead, right? So you pay your way out of saying to destroy your evidence.
The Royal Commission has even heard that police recycle drugs. Are police really so corrupt?
And of course, the police question, why did the government set up an independent body to monitor immigration, the local councils, and even like other government agencies, because they are equally corrupt. So in a way, they acknowledge that they are corrupt, but there are other agencies which are also as corrupt as them,
What else have we got? False insurance claims, corruption with crime syndicates. Monthly protection money from illegal factories. A 200 ringgit donation to get bail. What's this? Little 2 kamching with the tow truck boys? And who is this 34 million ringgit cop?
Ini kalau bersamaan memang tak boleh tahan. Saya pun tak tahu macam mana mau settle. Saya pun tak tahu macam mana mau settle.
From what we know, we have a very efficient special branch. And to say that if you can operate an illegal gambling place, say 100 meters from a police station, and the police doesn't know about it, well, ask an average Malaysian whether they believe. No.
This is the Brickfields Red Light District, just a stone's throw away from the Brickfields police station. Do the cops know about this place? What do you think?
This is ringleaders. They're very rich. No? They can buy up policemen, they can buy up politicians.
Saya pun tak tahu macam mana mau settle.
You know what? If traders at the wet market cheat you, you can call a domestic trade ministry hotline. If bus drivers are reckless, there is a hotline from the licensing board. Even if the Klang River overflows, there is a hotline from the Drainage and Irrigation Department. But what about the police? If they do bad stuff, who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters? Or what about our crime busters, Rakan Cop?
0529999.
Selamat malam, gerakan Selangor lah. Aku berkuasa bantu.
Selamat malam. Ini rakan kop Selangor ke?
Ya.
Lawyer ni, nama dia Surinden. Dia nampak orang dalam balai polis Banting kena pukul teruk. Lepas tu dia buat laporan lah dekat Banting itu. Tapi sampai sekarang tak ada apa-apalah.
Kita akan ambil tindakan dalam tata tertib.
Oh.
Dalam jabatan.
Dalam jabatan apa itulah?
Saya tak polis lah. Jadi benda ni memang tak dihebahkan.
Oh, tak dihebatkan lah.
Tak dihebatkan. Cuma kalau cik nak tahu, cik suruh lawyer cik lah. Tak, tanya phone balik lah. Macam tu.
Tapi lawyer tu tak dapat apa-apa berita dari polis.
Yalah memanglah. Sebab apa? Lawyer tu dia sendiri kena pergi tanya balik. Rojokkan balik pada tu macam mana.
Dia suruh tanya.
Lepas tu kalau cik nak ambil, cik nak saman kerajaan, nak saman ni ke anggota yang buat tu. Cik sendirilah bawa ke mahkamah.
So Rakan Cop couldn't help me. But who else could I call? Maybe that's why we need an IPCMC, an Independent Police Complaints and Misconduct Commission. After all, who else will police the police? To protest the 30-cent petrol price increase, the people of Malaysia gathered at KLCC on 28 May 2006. The day became known as Bloody Sunday.
Bloody Sunday at the KLCC. Now, to be fair, there are two versions of what took place. There's a version of those who gathered there who said that it was peaceful, they didn't do anything, and all the violence was unprovoked, and the police had no business to treat them in such a heavy-handed manner. That's one version. The other version from the police, of course, is that they were provoked.
People who were demonstrating against the petrol hike, and the police attacked them with truncheons. There were photos of people who were bleeding, and there was one stout gentleman with the bald head who was bleeding from the head, and he came and gave his story in Suhakam what happened. He had to bend over in order to protect his 10-year-old son from the truncheons, and while he was bending over protecting his son, the police, the FRU were kicking him and they were hitting him on the head with the truncheon.
Now, when you have two versions, what do you do? Now, if we had today the IPCMC, this matter could be referred to the IPCMC to look at the evidence and to decide who is telling the truth and to take the necessary action.
In May 2005, the Police Royal Commission proposed setting up the IPCMC. In January this year, Prime Minister Apakah agreed, in principle, to set it up. But 2 months later, during Police Day celebrations itself, the cops told Apakah, no, we reject the IPCMC.
During the Police Day ceremony, this is really a slap on the Prime Minister's face. They dare to speak to the Prime Minister and Minister of Internal Security in that manner, and they forgot that they should be the servants of the public.
Even worse, last May, the police website had threats to biar jenayah naik or allow crime to increase and even to vote the opposition if the government set up the IPCMC.
So for them to put such postings or whatnot, they're not fit to be a police.
Yeah, but these are bad people. I mean, they can be a police. They can be wearing a uniform, but these people are putting scare tactics, you know.
But some people think the police can police themselves.
Apa lancar sama tu IPCMC lah. Dia orang kata kalau polis bikin jahat mau report kat IPCMC. You lama cawai lah, mana boleh.
Self-policing simply means if you have a problem with me, if you think I've done something wrong, yes, I give you an avenue to complain. Alright? You complain to my father and my brother and my sister. Nobody will tell you, even if every member of my family is an upright person, they will say, hey, come on, if I have a problem with you, I think you must give me a chance to complain to an independent body.
Itu polis mesti disiplin orang sendiri punya lah. Apa? Tak percaya ke?
We can see from the Vignesh Viswanathan case what kind of internal disciplinary mechanisms they have. For 2 or 3 years, they didn't act at all on a complaint and they claim that they can police themselves. They cannot police themselves. I sent letters direct to the IGP, to the Deputy IGP, to the Director of Complaints. Nothing. I made numerous phone calls and I was passed from here to there, here to there.
But the IPCMC is not just about catching the bad cops. It's also about protecting the good cops.
To protect the police, because if the police are not protected, the crooks will be in control, and then you have the syndicates. They have got money. They can also make the police more corrupt if they want to. To me, it's to protect the good police and to protect the police force so that they can protect society.
That there must be a proper form, a proper procedure for promotion.
And the Independent Police Commission can also address
this. Because that can be very demoralizing for the guy who works very hard. I work very hard, so what do I get? The fellow that knows how to lick the boss boots get it.
Lick the boss's balls? Boots? Yep, even the Royal Commission report mentions that a promotion in the force may cost 40,000 ringgit.
So I might as well lick the boss boot also, and the boss boot may be very shiny, but the country will be in a sad state.
Wouldn't you want a commission to make sure the bad cops leave the force, so that you can be proud of the force?
To be a good policeman, you have no family life. You spend most of the time looking after the people, looking after other people's children, but not your own children.
I think it's their love for their job, that they like to see people safe, and they can help, they can do something and help when people are in trouble. And there are a lot of policemen like that. They enjoy their job.
So perhaps the forum in Johor Bahru was a great example of good policing, because I think it's a matter of giving people direction. I think we were very lucky in also having a very good policeman. I could see immediately as soon as I met him that this is a man who's well trained and who's sensible, you know.
We always believe in giving every other police officer who comes and talks to us a chance to prove whatever they say. So others have come and gone, a lot of empty promises were made, and most of them were not kept. This Osupedi, who we refer to as a gentleman, do what he said. I would say, in one sentence, I would say is, he is telling us that he will walk the talk.
So there are many good cops around. What problems do they face?
Other departments they go, economic development, this project, that project. But the police are never consulted whether they're ready to cope with this additional task. No overtime, same pay as a PWD GKR worker, and yet I'm expected to be a gentleman police. They expect me gentleman policeman with no gentleman pay.
All of it is true. There has been poor policing, there's been corruption, there has been this, there's been this power crazy, wanting to just, have power over you. No one ever talks about the poor salaries, the resources, the housing, the skills building.
You see, increasing salaries alone is not enough. Giving the police extra equipment, extra patrol cars, extra communications, not enough. The right mentality must be there. The right mentality must be there.
What kind of mentality?
To serve.
In Australia, it took years, almost 10 years before the commission report was put into place, before you could have a new wave of policemen, a new culture. We are talking about Malaysia that has already an overall culture of, acceptance that corruption is okay.
The police force was the last to begin to get worse because the corruption in other areas of government where there was so little corruption before, it suddenly went up because of politics, money politics.
A lot of times police have been used as the tools of the politicians, the UMNO politicians, to either, to silence the opposition or to, detain those detain the dissidents, arrest and detain the dissidents.
At the Kesas Highway demonstration, year 2000, Suhakam was told that the police used water laced with chemicals and even beat up bystanders trapped in traffic jams.
asas highway. Kerana pertemuan kita dapati pihak polis memang bertindak kejam. Tapi apa respon mantan Perdana Menteri kita adalah berjaya suaka ni semua western thinking, berfikir macam orang barat, seolah-olah kita orang timur ini kejam.
They have done a lot of service to UMNO politicians, so they feel that the UMNO politicians feel that they have the duty to also heed the requests of the police force, because this police force had helped them. You know, I scratch my back, the kind of attitude.
Is that why these farmers in Sabah were ill-treated? They were defending their farmland against a company. Did that company have political links? What did Suhakam discover?
Yang dibuat di Sabah, iaitu apabila sekumpulan peneroka di orang kampung telah pucuk tanam di kawasan tersebut hampir 20 tahun, tetapi apabila syarikat memohon tanah itu, diberi tanah itu tak sampai dalam tempoh 2 tahun. Dan pihak polis telah digunakan, maaf saya ada polis di sini, sebagai baruah.
Newpinjaman.com. You've seen these stickers of moneylenders all over the place. Or are they loan sharks? Now, what if I would have put up this kind of poster? Bakla, 6:30. How long would it take for the police to come and catch me for doing this? And why is it that police seem more efficient in catching people who put up these kind of posters, but not these kind of posters?
This country has enough policemen. The police force of this country has a strength of about 85 to 90,000. By our population standards, that is more than enough. That is a reasonable police size.
How many people are actually been assigned to take care of crime, as opposed to being the special branch? The special branch, you know, is to hear whether you talk against the government or things like that.
What do they do most of the time? They come and watch forums like this. They come and watch forums like this. That is why the guys who chase, the guys who snatch bags have a great time. These resources must be taken off the what I call the political beat and put on the proper crime beat.
See why police should get involved in politics. Police and the civil service, they should just do they're professional. They do their job. Doesn't matter which government comes to power.
I blame the government of this country squarely for the attitude of the police. It is their task to control the police. It is their task to ensure that the police do not threaten and menace the Malaysian public. It is the task of the government, and the government has failed the people squarely in this because they allow the police to behave in this manner. This particularly started under Mahathir and it continues.
See, when you have power too much vested in one particular group, then the society will not progress.
The soundtrack, let's go. Yeah. Who your name is? Where you from? Turn around. Who you came with? Is that your ass or your mama have reindeer? I can't explain it, but damn, so glad you came here. I'm still a sucker for corn. You know I never changed that. Your body is baby mama, but where your brains at? Still the same cat when I was younger, running with bad boys. Now I'm older, and sort of running with bad boys.